for Sea reporters located across the island sent in footage of dengue breeding grounds in their areas.
Speaking in Parliament today, MP Anukumar Dissanayake raised questions regarding alleged tax concessions granted for a casino enterprise in Colombo.
This document contains the tax concessions for the casino that is to be built by Australian James Packer's Crown Company on DR Vijayawardhan Mavata in Colombo. The document notes that at a meeting in which the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance and other officials participated, it was decided to provide tax concessions considering the entire project as a strategic development project. Thereby it is clear that this casino will enjoy a 13-year concession on revenue tax. This shows that through the granting of tax concessions upon tax concession and releasing them from the Exchange Act in order to enable money laundering, a section of Casino King James Packer's Crown Empire will function here in Sri Lanka like a minor government. We expect that the Minister will submit this information before this chamber. Has the casino industry been categorized as a strategic development project in Sri Lanka? Secondly, has the land for James Packer's investment in the country been provided by the government? Please make clear to this Parliament why so many tax concessions are being granted for this industry. Fourth, with this new decision, we expect that the prior documents pertaining to this documents that have been invalidated will also be presented to the chamber. The Board of Investment of Sri Lanka rejects the allegations levelled under the aforementioned standing order. We respond to your questions as follows. 1. Has the casino industry been categorized as a strategic development project in Sri Lanka? No. The total value of the investment is $350 million. This will directly create 2,600 employment opportunities and a number of indirect employment opportunities. Thirdly, we have identified this as a mixed project that will enable to better coordinate and promote tourist arrival to Sri Lanka from Australia and Singapore, and one that will provide a 600-room 5-star hotel complex, complete with meeting and conference facilities, recreation and shopping complex, and fine dining restaurants. Next, is it the government that has provided land for James Packer's investment? No. Why have tax concessions been provided for a casino enterprise? Such concessions have not been provided, and this is not a casino enterprise.
No matter, mere casino vyapratiyaktha noe.
As mentioned earlier, News for Sea reporters located across the island sent in footage of dengue breeding grounds in their areas.
A group of villagers from Hiriyale in Kurunegala staged a demonstration today, blocking railway tracks, which, according to the railway control room, caused service disruptions on the northern line. The protesters dispersed after the police intervened and promised to resolve their grievances.
The demonstration calling on the authorities to provide a road and proper transportation facilities for the village of Hiriyale commenced this morning. Our correspondent says that although the police had promised demonstrators that they would be put in touch with a competent authority within an hour, this promise was never realized. Later, the villagers demonstrated across the railway track, causing the express train plying from Colombo to Vavuniya to come to a halt at Hiriyale and remain there for several hours. Riot police had also been deployed to contain any situation that could have arisen.
අපි ඉල්ලන්නේ මේ කිලෝමීටර 14ක් තියෙනවා පාරවල් 3ක් තියෙනවා කිසිම සංවර්ධනයක් නැතුව පස් ටිකක් දානවා බොරුළු ටිකක් දානවා ආයෙ මහ වැහි ගාපු ගමන් ඒක කෙලවිලා යනවා ඒක හදලා දෙන්න සල්ලි පාසුනා මේක මොකද කියන්නේ ලොකු ලොකු මහත්තුරුගේ සාක්කුවෙන් තමයි යන්නේ අහිතන ලේ බයදරුවන් ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන් කියලා බලන්න කිසිම කෙනෙක් ගෙනියන්න බෑ හිරිමිගේ හොස්පිටල් එකට යනකොට ඒ සියල්ලම වෙලා ඉවරයි.
The train returned to the Ganevatta railway station. Police officer in charge of the Kurunegala area, Cecil De Silva, who arrived at the scene, promised the demonstrators that he will resolve the problem.
ගාමිණෝ මේ පාර හදන්න දාලාලු තියෙන. අනිවාර්යෙන් දාලා තියෙන එන්න කිව්ව කතා කරන්න ඕන කෙනෙකුට මට අවිවාදයෙන් මට දැන් මේ කියන්නකෝ මට දැන් දෙපාරක් කතා කරන්න. එතකොට ඔබ වහන්සේට හරි මේ ඉන්න කට්ටියට පුළුවන් හෙට වෙලාවක් දාගත්තොත් මාත් එක්ක යන් සාලින් දැම්මොත්තුමාගේ ඔෆිස් එකට. දෙන්න කිව්වා. එතනදී මම සුදු දෙන්න. මේක හදන්න දාලාලු තියෙන සාධාරණ. මම මේ හැංගෙන බොරු ගන්නව මිනිස්සු එන්නේ ඔබතුමා විශ්වාස.
The protesters dispersed following this promise made by the police officer.
Coming up later on in the news. The ICC Champions Trophy warm-up game between Sri Lanka and the West Indies is currently underway in Birmingham, with the West Indies posting 297 for 6 after being put to bat first. Chasing 298, Sri Lanka were 160 runs for 5 wickets after 30 overs a short while ago. Meanwhile, swashbuckling performances by Dinesh Karthik and Mahendra Singh Dhoni got India to 308 runs for 6 in their warm-up game against Australia, currently underway at Cardiff.
Very close, yeah, absolutely.
Winning the toss and batting first, things did not go the way India expected as the Australian pace attack made early inroads into the Indian innings. Openers Murli Vijay and Shikhar Dhawan were dismissed by the Aussie left-arm pace twins Mitchell Starc and Mitchell Johnson. India's in-form Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma and Suresh Raina were also sent back to the pavilion in quick succession. The reigning world champions began to bounce back as Dinesh Karthik and Mahendra Singh Dhoni provided them with the ideal partnership. The duo hammered 211 runs off 182 balls as Dinesh Karthik followed up his previous warm-up game century with another ton. He made an unbeaten 146 of 140 balls with a 6 and 17 fours, while Dhoni hammered a 77-ball 91 with 4 maximums and 6 boundaries. At the end of their allotted 50 overs, the men in blue posted 308 runs, losing 6 wickets, with Mitchell Starc and Clint Mackay collecting 2 wickets each for the Australians.
Finish with a single. So brilliant innings from Dinesh Karthik.
Chasing 309 runs for victory, Australia were bundled out for just 65 runs in 23.3 overs, handing India a 243-run win.
Well, highly sought-after football manager Jose Mourinho shared his thoughts on returning to manage English Premier League club Chelsea yesterday after signing a 4-year deal at Stamford Bridge.
Speaking to Chelsea TV yesterday, Mourinho said it was an easy decision to return, and despite past successes, he wanted to start from ground zero.
It was an easy decision. I met the boss. I met the owner. I asked the boss, "Do you want me back?" And the boss asked me, "Do you want to come back?" And I think in a couple of minutes, decision made.
Football's worst kept secret became official yesterday when Jose Mourinho was hired for a second stint as Chelsea manager, 6 years after his acrimonious departure from the West London club. The Blues confirmed that the 50-year-old Portuguese coach, who on his first day at Chelsea in 2004 declared himself a special one, was hired on a 4-year contract after completing a 3-year stint at Real Madrid, where his final season ended without a trophy. Madrid released a charismatic and fiery coach from his contract, so Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich will not have to pay compensation to be reunited with the manager he fell out with in 2007.
Well, before we leave you tonight, IndyCar racers in the US had their practice sessions botched over the weekend due to a track invasion.
That's right, a troop of ducklings led by their mother seemed to decide that the racetrack was the ideal location for a jaunt through the park.
Witnesses said it was difficult to determine who was more annoyed, the ducks or the drivers.
From all of us here at the News First team, good night.